The keys to love and a forever lasting relationship begins with letting go of pride, selfishness, and ego. Love and respect go hand in hand. Trust is a must. If these few factors are not evident in your understanding, then forget what follows, because an individual is not willing to admit that these form part of the strength that's needed for adapting to life's challenges that lead to a long-lasting partnership. Experience, maturity, responsibility, communication with comprehension, patience with tolerance, and the willingness to always try to make things work. These factors are definitely necessary as part of our sacrifice until we can no longer do so. When there is inflexibility, non-compliance, and unwillingness to change for the betterment of a relationship or marriage, then what can we do? This wisdom can be also extended to other relationships, children, family, and friends, especially where love is concerned. Being civilized is to talk things through with honesty and sincerity. All cards are placed on the table at all times, and never fearing repercussions for saying what you feel. To say what you feel is communication to comprehend, as part of working things out. Having patience is to tolerate because we do sincerely desire to make things work. Ask ourselves and each other, are things worth trying, or is an individual or relationship too far gone and a lost cause? What teenager, 20-year, and some 30-year-olds have had enough experiences to be responsible with the necessary maturity that is required to love? I say some, but many are not ready. Some need a longer time to understand the harsh dedication and difficult commitment with sacrifices that are necessary to make things work. Maturity comes with experience. Experience comes with time. One must have lived exposed to societal stressors for a while before one finally gets the picture. 2 to 3 decades of walking on Earth are not enough for some people in an interval period to get it right. This is why most partnerships or marriages fail. I say this because if they still feel the need to fool around, cheat, or act out of character, they've not learned enough about the pain caused by these actions to stop. They need to admit that they are not cut out for a long-lasting partnership that requires not playing with people's hearts. They need to admit that they were born to be free-spirited, free of compromises, and enjoy their freedom. Because long-lasting relationships are built upon a solid commitment and compromise that both uphold because they both desire to and without hurting each other. Folks need to ask each other these questions. Does one believe or desire to have children? Does one aspire to have a family? Does one acknowledge the importance of marriage? Because those with a belief in a family structure may do so in marriage. Those in marriage may do so in children. Those that acknowledge all these things will inevitably forge a legacy. This understanding will support those willing in adhering to the promise, compromise, and commitment engaged in this legacy, and its power will not allow anyone to endanger its beauty. It becomes something bigger than ourselves. Marriage is the cornerstone of a legacy forged through love. Unless a person is willing to get engaged and go all the way to marriage, and at times speedily, they are not true. Living together in a long-term relation or engagement without a serious commitment to eventual marriage is just satisfying hormones, convenient living, or an illusion of being in love. Because there is no true sacrifice, and love requires and demands heavy sacrifices. Folks don't need to resort to love domination spells nor trickery to keep a person tied to them. Because there is no stronger love, conjure bondage spell than the marriage vows. In essence, the words, "I do," in a mutual marriage ritual, whether at court or in a church, suffices. Let's ask ourselves, if we can, we admit that it just does not work. Don't be in denial, hurting one another. Accept the truth that inflexibility and patience to grow in understanding of one another doesn't work for the two. And part ways. Otherwise, love each other, supporting each other's future and aspirations, sticking it out all the way, and having each other's back. I hope this wisdom makes sense for all the reasons stated here. Many blessings of happiness to all. Thank you.